America's #1 professional wrestling rant show. You have come back to the place where this face rants about professional wrestling. I'm your host, Angelo Demetrius. This week, we're going to talk about some epic things that have happened in professional wrestling. Now, I got to be real honest with you. I didn't like SmackDown that much this week, but I got to give credit to two matches that I really enjoyed, and that would be CM Punk versus Christian and Randy Orton versus Dolph Ziggler. First, let me address the Randy Orton-Ziggler match. Phenomenal put-on clinic in that ring. I think Dolph Ziggler is on his way to being something in his WWE future. The only thing Dolph Ziggler needs to do is get out of United States title limbo. As soon as Dolph Ziggler achieves that, you'll see Dolph in a lot higher plateau in World Wrestling Entertainment. Now, let's talk about the CM Punk Christian match. The thing I liked most about that match was not only could those two put on an effortless clinic in that ring between the both of themselves, I like the fact that Alberto Del Rio kept the animosity fresh between him and CM Punk, as we know the Survivor Series is upcoming for that WWE title. And how about this? Sheamus also keeping the animosity between him and Christian fresh. Just brilliant. Came out at the right time, just like he was supposed to. That is the way a face should dominate in this business. Now, on to other matters of business in World Wrestling Entertainment. Let's talk about what happened on Monday night with Triple H coming down to the ring. A broken-hearted Triple H addressed the WWE Universe and Kevin Click Click Nash. I think that Triple H made a good move by showing his softer, more tender side. I also think that it was good that we see that Triple H isn't just the cerebral assassin or the game. He's human. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you give us a sledgehammer, will we not use it? All of the above with Triple H. Triple H has gone leaps and bounds above what he used to be when he first started as Hunter Hearst Helmsley. I love his character depth now. I love the fact that Triple H's character can go to all sorts of depths and levels in the business. Not just as a heel, not just as a babyface, but as someone who's actually human. A human side to your character means that you can be hurt. You're not super. And I like that about Triple H. Good job, Triple H. Wonderful promo. If I didn't want to buy the Survivor Series before, which is a given, not like I wasn't, I would surely buy it after the promo that you cut in that ring. Now, could the game really be brokenhearted? Honestly, I think the only way that would happen is if he woke up one day and there were a Dear John note on the pillow next to him from Stephanie. Only would say, Dear Paul. Anyway, moving right along. So let's talk about what happened at Vengeance between Mark Henry and The Big Show. Alright, we've seen this before. Brock Lesnar, The Big Show. These two wrestled a great match. And what did they do to finish? Superplex, I should say, off of the top rope by Brock Lesnar, collapsing the ring of SmackDown. I think that was a Thursday night. They weren't really doing the Friday night thing yet. But the ring collapsed. That was the first time we had seen that before. The next time we see that is this past pay-per-view at Vengeance, when Mark Henry and The Big Show would repeat the same thing. A superplex from the top rope, collapsing the entire ring. Well, here's the scoop on that, fans. Apparently, someone, it said, did not collapsed the ring correctly, thus injuring the Big Show and Mark Henry's back severely. Now these two titans may end up back in the ring together, but I think it's going to be a while. So what you should look out for is this. Another rematch between Mark Henry and the Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship at the Survivor Series. Now, I don't claim to know everything, although I almost do. I don't claim to know what exactly is going to happen in professional wrestling before it does happen, although almost certainly all the time I do. All I'm saying is this, is that this is an epic battle we haven't seen in a long time. And I think the Big Show and Mark Henry deserve whatever you get in professional wrestling for putting on this great of a show. A Slammy or whatever it is they do at the Wrestling Awards, that honestly, I don't really care about the Professional Wrestling Awards. They're not that great to me. Anyway, good job Mark Henry, good job Big Show, and even though these two were hurt, they showed up on Friday Night SmackDown to cut a promo for Survivor Series. Fans, that's dedication to the business, and it's the kind of dedication that brings this fan back each and every week. Now, did you see the end of Monday Night Raw this week? Did you see Kevin Nash absolutely decimate Triple H? If you didn't see that, that's a shame. I think Kevin Nash, if he didn't earn his place in the WWE, back in the WWE, I should say before, he definitely has now. Kevin, you have earned your place in the Hall of Fame as far as I'm concerned. And Triple H, tell me how that soup tastes while you're in the hospital. Because Kevin Nash definitely gave you a dental bill. If nothing else, what went on Monday night was epic. And if it didn't make you want to buy the pay-per-view, something's wrong with you. Good job selling that pay-per-view, guys. I know that I can't wait to see the Survivor Series when it comes. Whew. Man, there's something about November. All that turkey, all those trimmings, and the Survivor Series. Oh boy, can you ask for more than that? Triple H versus Kevin Click Click Nash. Who's going to win? Who's going to be the top dog in the WWE? Will it be Triple H? Will it be Kevin Nash? Guess you'll have to find out, like me, when the Survivor Series comes. Don't you go anywhere. This is WrestleRant HD. Stay right there. Hi, I'm Angelo Demetrius, host of weekly professional wrestling magazine show, WrestleRant HD. Some have accused me of doing nothing more on this show than slinging poop. Well, I have this to say to that.
Doo-doo is good for me, and doo-doo is good for you. Hey, alright.
WrestleRant HD. Have a crap sandwich. Welcome back to America's #1 professional wrestling rant show, WrestleRant HD. Angelo Demetrius back here with you again to discuss the topics that you want to hear about, not what they want you to hear. Fans, I'm upset that WWE is not working with John Laurinaitis better than they have been. Listen, I like the fact that they keep you in the dark about whether or not he's neutral or playing both sides down the middle. I like that. But John Laurinaitis needs to He needs to practice more character depth. Let me say this. The general manager thing is great. If you're going to continue to do it, fine. It beats the anonymous Raw general manager. But let me say this. John Laurinaitis needs to eventually be replaced. That doesn't have to happen right now, but it should happen soon. John Laurinaitis is a great substitution until you find someone else. Someone else who's got more pizzazz, more pop with the microphone and perhaps some past in-ring ability. If you can find that person and you can get him to help, you may have just hired the A-team. I'm sorry. No. All kidding aside, find a veteran, find a pro who's done it before. Give John Laurinaitis a break. Let him go back behind the scenes and do what he does best. Talent coordinator. Hey, even Vince is doing what he does best right now. Sitting behind a desk going, man, I like that guy. He's huge. He'd get rid of Rey Mysterio if we hire him. Never mind. Anyway, the John Laurinaitis thing has gotten old. Let's move on from it, okay? Not now, eventually. Alright. Can we stop it with the JR mess? Can we stop it with the whole JR deal? I mean, I don't mean to sound like Jerry Seinfeld, but you know, when it comes to JR, what is the deal? You got an announcer with a hat, with a southern drawl, in the ring wrestling, a guy who doesn't know anything about wrestling. What is the deal? The Michael Cole JR thing was nice at first, but it ended. And it should be ended. It doesn't need to go on. Why do we need to see a match between announcers? Really? Guys, are we running out of material or what? Alright, I saved the best for last here for a reason. You see, everybody knew, either because of me or some source, that The Rock and John Cena were going to team up at the Survivor Series. It's going to be the great one with the fruity one at the Survivor Series. And they're going to be taking on the Awesome Truth, Miz and R-Truth. Now everybody knows that the opponents for WrestleMania going for the title or in the main event usually end up tagging up before WrestleMania. And that's exactly what's happened here. But in an effort to give you a great show at the Survivor Series, WWE has made sure that they secured The Rock for this tag team match. Now, that's worth the price of admission by itself. If that doesn't make you want to purchase the Survivor Series, I don't know what will. I'm going to. I think you should too. But let me say this. The rivalry between The Rock and Cena will go down in history. I would be disappointed if either before, during, or after the match, something didn't happen between The Rock and Cena, like it did with Savage and Hogan, or The Warrior and Hogan, or The Warrior and Savage. I would be greatly disappointed if something didn't happen between the two. It has to. It's history. You have to keep tradition. And before Wrestlrant HD goes off the air, I'd like to say this. I've been watching Air Boom as a tag team for several weeks now. Great tag team. They carry the tag team titles well. But know this, fans, that there is going to come a point eventually where Kofi Kingston separates, slowly but surely, from Evan Bourne. And Air Boom will go kaboom. Because eventually, something's going to happen to cause, as we used to say in the business, dissension in the ranks. Will Air Boom last forever? Or will there be a self-implosion? We'll just have to keep watching to find out. This is Wrestlrant HD. I'd like to thank you for tuning in this week, as you do every week. Thank goodness we got our technical difficulties worked out. And I'd like to thank you for making Wrestlrant HD for what it is today. Truly America's #1 professional wrestling rant show. This is Angelo Demetrius saying, you can see us on YouTube.com and at ClickWrestle.com. And I hope you will be right back here next week for Wrestlrant HD.